Hello everybody! Hello again. Sorry, I need to look at the actual webcam. My name's Arlex. Thank you for joining me again. We are at Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition, and I need to find Blasted Skeleton Worker 42. He is on this map. She is on this map. It is on this map. I know that much. Give me just a moment. Is that it? You know how long I spent? Okay, we're just gonna continue. The skeleton turns to face you. 42 has been chiseled into its forehead, and a number of its bones, mostly the jaws and joints, have been bound with leather straps. A black schmuck. Black? I thought it was normally brown. I think this is the corpse I had that memory about. At the sound of your voice, the skeleton suddenly straightens up. It crosses its arms over its chest, and its fingers hook into its ribcage. Let's mimic it. In response, the skeleton drops its arms to its sides, a leather cord securing the skeleton's torso snap, and the ribcage folds outward like a pair of double doors. That is awesome. Reach into the ribcage, feel around. To your surprise, your hand vanishes as you reach into the ribcage. You have a strange feeling it's somewhere else. As you reach inside the ribcage, your hand bumps against an invisible object. It's about the size of a fist and seems to be attached to the skeleton's spine. Now this ain't gonna go well. Take the item out. Yeah, there we go. As you pull the item out, the skeleton suddenly disintegrates, and the iron bolts securing its joints clatter to the floor. Whatever this item was, it seems to have been the only thing holding it together. Ugh. Looks like an unremarkable lump of iron. You can't imagine why someone will hide it inside the ribcage of a skeleton. Examining? As you place both your hands on the lump of iron to examine it, there is a hiss, and the metal evaporates, leaving behind a strange dagger. Now, I wish I could see that. A handful of coins wrapped in a dirty cloth and 2 bloody teardrops. These look like they were inside the lump of iron. Take the items and leave. And I also get a wooden club from him that I can probably sell later. This razor-sharp knife has been forged out of the famed Batorian green steel, found only in the wastelands of Avernus. This peculiar green ore can be tempered into metal much lighter than normal steel. In addition, green steel weapons tend to retain their remarkably fine edges and are capable of dealing out more damage than their standard counterparts. Okay. Yeah, it's probably a better weapon for me. I'm keeping the arm, though. It's not going anywhere. I got rags. More clutch arms. Yay. Okay. Alright, awesome. Moving on. She knows. Sorry. Now that I've finally found 42, we're going to progress this story. Sorry that took so long. We're going down. Once. And number 2. Yep, saving before he gets a chance to talk to me. I can save this time. Can't do Skyrim. Alright. You see a stern-looking man in black robes. He is glaring at you suspiciously. You, state your business. Now, what do I want to say? I'd love to do that. I seem to have gotten turned around in these halls. Are there any guides who can direct visitors? The dustman frowns. He seems skeptical. There are guides that can direct you in the antechamber. Do not wander the mortuary unescorted. Thank you for your assistance. I will go speak to the guide.
Done.
Alright, I didn't get in trouble. Yay. Look at Soego. Oh, hold on. He's talking to me. Okay, same response, and same thing. Saving. Alright, now then,
I'm gone.
See. If I remember correctly, if I talk to
What's
him...
up?
Not Mort.
Sure, why not?
Okay, hold on.
I'm gone.
You see a tired-looking man in a black robe. His narrow face is extremely pale, and he doesn't look as if he has been sleeping. His shoulders are slumped, and the flesh sags loosely beneath his bloodshot eyes. He looks so lost in thought he doesn't even notice you. Greetings.
Updated my journal.
Greetings. The man turns to face you and makes a slight bow. You notice that his eyes aren't bloodshot so much as they have a red tinge to them. I'm Soego. How may I... He suddenly seems to notice your scars, and the corner of his mouth twitches. I'm sorry, Sarah. Are you lost? Let me see. Yes. Well then, the corners of Suego's mouth twitch again as if anticipation. Let me call the guards to lead you out. Stand for a moment. He looks like he's about to call the guards. Let me see. Leave, quickly. Hold a moment, please. There's no need to call the guards. I came in for an interment earlier and I just got turned around the halls. Can you please just lead me out? Sogo, it's not Soego, it's either Soego or Sogo, probably Sogo, nods and the corner of his mouth twitches. Why, of course, these halls can be confusing to visitors. No harm done, but you are not permitted here in the mortuary after 9 bells. Let me open the front gate for you. Thank you. There you go! I'm out! But I'm also going to go through the other things I can do here and the other ways of getting out. I asked him some questions. Leave him there. If I may ask, are you alright? You look tired. Sogo manages a weak smile and the corners of his mouth twitch slightly. I've recently taken ill. Minor fevers, nothing more. Sometimes they make sleep difficult. Anything I could do? Sogo shakes his head. No, thank you for your concern. I will endure. Frowns slightly. Was there something else you wanted? Yes, I had some other questions. You know someone named Farid? Farid? Of course I know him. He frowns, and his eyes gleam red. A ghoulish man, no respect for the dead, and even less for the living. He is a scavenger. A collector. Collectors make their living gathering corpses and bringing them to the mortuary. We then make sure the bodies receive a proper burial. So if a collector found a body, mine for example, they might have brought it here and sold it to you. Yes. Suddenly, it's extremely important that I find this Farid. Do you know where I could find him? I know he resides in the Hive, the slums outside the mortuary. I do not know exactly where. Some of the other collectors may know if they'll talk to you. Oh, I had some other questions. Journal. Nope, alright, I'll get out of him. Now, first off, let me go back here. Oh, wait, that's different. Because, see, I got that crooked finger bone. I wanted to show y'all what portals are like.
Done.
No, it's up here. It's up here. Ah, I have to go around, don't I? Oh, wait, hold on. No, don't. Oh, I haven't been there yet. And there's random stuff. Cool. Give me a second. Yep, no, nothing special. Alright. You'll give me a moment. I'll skip past this. Well, first off, I say skip past this. I was like, oh, wait. It's not in this corner. Give me a second. It's been a little bit. It is actually up here. Keep going. No, I have to lie. Hold on. See, this is me making a mistake. It does happen. I think it's this one. Here, see someone and a dawn. Zombie worker. Nothing interesting.
Done.
Alright, it is... Hold on. It's technically right there. Apparently, you can't go... Okay. We're going down. I'm intentionally not going through that chamber. You'll find out why later. Can I level up yet? Oh, what did I turn off? What did I turn off? How do I turn it to my scrolling? No, I mean, I kind of like this, but my scrolling. Give me a second, people. Okay, buddy, sorry about that. I got the mouse thing fixed. It was really annoying, I'll be honest with you. I'm still not sure what caused it. I'll look it up after this Let's Play. I had to quit the game. Moving on. Anyway, yeah, I was yapping on about that portal. It's up here in the very top left corner. We'll get there. Hold on. Let me go over these zombies. This doddering corpse has had its eyes sewn shut, as well as its mouth. Number 732, this sounds familiar, is carved into its brow. The thread work that keeps its ocular cavities sealed shut looks extremely old. You wonder if the eyes were sewn shut before or after the man's death. You notice he's carrying a huge tomb in his hands, as if taking it somewhere. Taking it carefully. Gained it. You carefully take the tomb from the corpse's hands. It doesn't seem to notice. The tomb appears to be a book of enchantments and wards. It is filled with diagrams and charts detailing various aspects of the necromantic arts. The book itself is extremely heavy, as awkward as a zombie is. It must be extremely strong. Examine again. Nothing. Tomb of Bone and Ash. This leather-bound tomb lists diagrams and charts detailing several minor wards and enchantments. There are numerous drawings of skeletons' bones and the manner by which they may be preserved over time. Of particular interest is the section regarding guardians. Apparently the dustmen animate corpses of fallen giants to serve as guardians for the mortuary. That's awesome. To make them even deadlier, armoring enchantments are woven into their breastplates to help shield them from attacks. The book is much too complex for you to absorb all at once, but it looks as if you could refer to certain sections when the need arises. We're going to be using that shortly. I might have caught a glimpse of a giant earlier. If not, we'll see one. Give me just a second. Was there someone in here? Yes. Did I talk to you? Yes, I did. Alright. Now let me go all the way around here. I guess I have to go through here. I was trying to avoid it too early, but whatever. Alright. Here's some fun stuff. Before we get to that little portal I mentioned. I wonder if I'd take any... I'll take that stuff later. Before you is a giant skeleton in ornate bronze armor. The armor has been bolted onto the skeleton's frame, and a series of elaborate symbols have been carved across the breastplate. You wonder where the skeleton came from. You weren't aware they made humans of this size. The huge blade in its hands looks like it weighs as much as a wagon cart. Alright, let's see here. Examine the giant skeleton carefully. The skeleton's intricate bronze armor is riveted onto its ribcage and shoulder blades with a series of iron bolts. As you study the frame behind the armor, you notice the same iron bolts are set into the skeleton's shoulders, elbow, pelvic, and knee joints. A mass of thick leather cords and heavy knotted ropes run along the length of the skeleton's arms and legs, woven into such a pattern that they resemble muscles and tendons. That's awesome. And let's see, examine the armor. Here we go. Despite the armor's oblivious age, it looks well cared for. It shines brightly, and the symbols engraved on the breastplate seem to flow in the firelight, shifting slightly whenever you try to focus on them. Study them. Almost unconsciously, you let your gaze relax as you look at the symbols. After a moment, the symbols cease shifting and resolve into a trail of runes that run up and down the breastplate. Strangely enough, the interlocking patterns of runes remind you of chains, and with that thought, you suddenly recall that these runes are some sort of warding enchantment. Let me see here. Yep, study and try to recall. You study the pattern of runes as they weave their way across the breastplate. On its most basic level, the runes are a lesser armoring enchantment. With several skull-shaped runes and spherical tracings along the edges of the armor make you suspect several greater necromantic and warding enchantments are woven in as well. Touching the skeleton will most likely cause it to awaken and defend itself. Now, by the way, this sort of thing is where the intelligence stat comes into play. If I didn't have a high enough intelligence, I wouldn't see this. And it doesn't mean I'm dumb. It just means I'm not... You get the point. Alright, you suspect... Ooh, 500. You suspect that marring the rune pattern along the breastplate can unravel the enchantments, but it looks difficult. The pattern is complicated, and scratching out the wrong portion could cause a skeleton to animate. So... compare the pattern to the enchantments in the Tomb of Bone and Ash. See if you can determine how they can be broken. From what you can make out from the tomb, it seems the armoring enchantment applies only to the breastplate. The necromantic enchantment allows the skeleton to be raised, but it is the warding enchantment that gives the skeleton its limited awareness of its surroundings. You'd guess that if you were to mar the skeleton's wards, it would interpret it as an attack, unless you binded it to your presence first. So... just a second. Try this. Mar the runes, maintaining the warding enchantment first, then work backwards through the rune pattern, canceling the necromantic, then the armoring. The work is difficult and nerve-wracking at first, but slowly your mind begins to focus and the runes begin to unravel beneath your attack. Within minutes, the giant skeleton has been stripped of the enchantments binding it. It collapses, falling to the floor with a crash of bones and heavy clanging noise. You wait for a moment, but no one responds to the sound. Moving quickly, you sift through the skeleton's parts on the floor. Most of it is too heavy or too old to be useful, but you discover a piece of the skeleton's breastplate with a majority of one of the broken enchantments engraved on it. You have a feeling it could prove useful. I'll just take it.
I feel stronger.
Hey, a level up! Give me a second.
All right.
Oh, I found what I did earlier. I pressed the C button because I was trying to go to statistics. Give me a second. Okay. Saving, improved, fighting skills, one... Ooh, I get a stat point. Alright. So, still genius. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. Yeah, for now. That lets me level up more. Level up faster. Okay. There's also some stuff on this wall. Crescent. My inventory's full. I'll fix that in a second. Oh, how big are you? Rune of Lesser Warding teaches user armor. Upon closer inspection of the runes covering this, activating. So I can use this as a one-time thing, or I can actually learn the spell if I'm a mage. I'm not a mage yet. So let me swap with Mort here. Alright, saving. Yes. Let's get more neat loot. Okay. Okay. Alright. Compare. And then same thing.
Ooh, looks like my skills have increased.
Nice. Let me save. These kind of games are where I learned to save so very often, and I just apply it in there all sorts of gaming if I can. Our old RPGs like this, what I grew up on, save before everything that seems to be a big choice. If I'm about to take an action, like combining a potion or whatnot, and I don't know what it's going to do, save. Level up, save. Save after the level up just in case, you know, all sorts of stuff. If I'm in a new area with constant enemies, I kill one enemy, I save, then I continue. Because I was like, oh, I screwed up, and yeah. Stuff happens. Anyway, continuing. Leveling you up. I love that screen. Sorry. No statistic points for him that I can manipulate. He does that himself. Same concept. And yes, you can sell a lot of these things later. Oh wow, 800.
I couldn't carry anymore, so I had to drop it.
Okay. In that case,
Yeah.
more.
Good as done.
You're carrying some stuff. And I'll go over these in just a second, actually.
All right.
Once more. Okay, now. I said I'm gonna go over this stuff. So let's see, we have Rune of Armor. We already went over that, what it does. The spell itself, if I remember correctly, it gives me about 3 or 4 AC? Something along those lines. Just one person. Let's see, lesser warding. Shield. So basically, what we would have to pay attention to here is, okay, let me get these lined up for us. These two teach armor. These two teach shielding. With that said, if I wasn't to become a mage, how you would think of this as... Let's go to this. Rune of Armor. Armor, okay. You can either learn it, or if you use it, when you become a mage, uses armor once. This gets destroyed. Lesser warding. Generally speaking, this is less power. This would give me a less powerful version of armor. Likewise, this would give me a less powerful version of shield. Since I'm becoming a mage, how I have to think about this is, what do I want to use and what do I want to sell? They both give me the same spell, and that spell's strength is based on my capabilities as a mage and the stats. So what I just said, if I'm going to become a mage, doesn't apply in terms of strength. And I'm not going to be using it until I become a mage. So actually, I can actually sell the best ones of each, get the most money, and then just learn the spells from the least powerful ones, since if learning the spell, I don't get cheaped out. You want to apply that pretty much anything you find like this if you're going to become a mage. Okay, I think that's all of them. I'm surprised I didn't level up a second time. And as you might have guessed, there's about 3 different ways to get out of here. First way we've already discovered if you were paying attention. Earlier, remember that zombie that there was a disguise? That's that option I didn't take on purpose. I might change that just to investigate off screen a bit to see if I can get some more experience. But you can disguise yourself and get out that way. Option 2, which we haven't gotten to yet, portal. Which option 3, I get out through the front door. Now, with that said, this is... Whoops, press the wrong button. This is all affected by your statistics, a mixture of intelligence and charisma. I don't know what's what. In other words, I may have an idea, a very good idea of what applies to where, but I don't know what number applies to what. I don't know if I need 15 intelligence to do this. I just generally try to go higher. If I remember correctly, if I don't have enough, if I have a negative charisma, I could not have convinced that guy to go open the front door, and I should have just ran away. But I don't. I don't have negative anything. I just have average or above average or great. But it's like throughout the entire game you're going to be finding this. Constant, different ways to do everything. Whether you're a brute, whether you're a thief, whether you're whatever. Whether you're a liar, whether you're a very lawful person. Let's see here. I need to go around her for a second. You'll find out why I said her in a minute. Now, this is the corner he was talking about. Yes, you're going to find little vague references. Look for corners. Hada Shamana. Just means to be in my inventory. There we go. He's kind of pulling. Well, never mind. I'm not explaining it. That is where I came in, and those are Spectre things. They're looking for something, and we'll find out what that is later. I know, but I'm not going to tell you.
Done.
That was a portal. Now, through that portal, we've been transported to a different part of the mortuary. Now, with that said, let me read this. Remarkable penship upon the finest parchment. Vaxis. If you're... I think that's... I actually think that's the guy that I was talking to. If you are reading this, then you have undoubtedly failed in your task and have been forced to use the escape route that I arranged. I told you that your little disguise idea was ridiculous. Any case... You'll need to lay low for a while. The dustmen may be deluded, but they are not fools. They will certainly seek retribution for our intrusion. I left you some coins. Use them to secure a hiding place in the hive, preferably in Ragpicker Square. The dustmen will be unwilling to look for you there. Okay. And this might confuse some people. If you ever get into a small room like this, Planescape does have this. If you can't see an entrance or an exit, just trace the outside. See what I mean? It took me a little bit first time I got in here because I couldn't see anything. And we emerge. This is Sigil, as you can see in the bottom right. Now, there is actually more to that mortuary. I was just showing you one of the things we could do. It said, let me see how much experience did I get from that.
I'm gone.
I might not have got any experience. Well, yeah, sorry. What I'm going to do is, to make it quicker for me, I'll do this later, off screen, since I've already shown you. I'm going to go back to my previous save. Which is right here.
I'm gone.
That'll open up as long as you have this. And it doesn't get used, so you're good. And yes, you can find more of these in the world, so... Here, come back here. Cool. Now, see, over here is actually a very important person. Possibly... No, not possibly. She is one of the main persons in this entire game. You're going to find references to her, all sorts of stuff. You're not going to figure it out. She's very... The most interesting characters in this game take almost the entire game to fully figure out. That'll make more sense as we continue playing. Now, with that said, we're going to stop today. I know, cliffhanger. You'll get over it. And keep watching if you're interested. And then we'll get to her and see what she has to offer. But thank you for watching. I've been having fun myself. Hope you all have. My name is Arlex. Please like, comment, subscribe, and y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.